And from the south of the Rhone Valley, we're moving a little north, still in the Rhone Valley, an area flanking the Rhone River in the northern Rhone, but more inland and higher up the valley on the hilly slopes of the Crozes-Hermitage appellation. We're in the birthplace, really, the homeland of the Syrah grape. Quite a bit of a trend, a bit of Syrah everywhere in these wines, but this is really the birthplace of that now internationally successful grape. This area delivers the most noble and finest expressions, combining density with freshness and from a slightly higher altitude and rocky soils as well. So if you want to experience what a very good Syrah is, well, we've got the wine for you. This is the wine, a baby wine of a woman named Natasha Chavet, who only grows a small number of small vineyards. Her father ran a wine estate in the area, which her brother took over. She wanted to be more independent and to make her own choices. She wanted to go fully organic as well, no herbicides, no additives, just respect the terroir and the grapes. Natasha is actually a philosophy graduate, so a bit of a philosopher, expert about Nietzsche in particular. The name of her domain, in fact, is even a reference to literature. Aléofane is the name of an imaginary island in a book called Ria Loro, I think I'm pronouncing this okay, by Scottish New Zealander author John Macmillan Brown. This is 100% Syrah wine from old, very old 50-plus-year-old vines, organically farmed using the principle of biodynamics. So we expect the expression of the terroir aged in large oak barrels, not too much oak, and egg-shaped tanks for good vibes into the wine. Let's taste. Oh, and this is certainly another gorgeous looking wine with dense color, very youthful. This one very, very purple, somewhat like the label in the packaging as well. You can already see the sort of granulous texture. You can see that this is going to be a very textural, fine grain wine with fine grain tannins. Let's smell. Oh, yeah. It is really a frank introvert of a wine, this one. As dense Syrah wines can often be when they're young. You can sense that this is probably a wine that is meant for cellaring and to be aged for a little bit to open up and bloom, really. I love the aromas of creamy milk chocolate, yeah, that it's got. It features a background of fresh, super ripe dark cherries as well, opulent candied apple and white pepper. Again, this peppery element from Syrah, a hint of venison as well, a little bit meaty and animal, an interesting combination. Let's see if the palate tells us more about this wine. I can't wait to dig in. Let's taste. Wow, indeed, and this is really textural. This is a wine that is incredibly fresh in its flavor delivery. These juicy, super fresh but very ripe notes of dark cherries, like biting, and a bit biting, yeah, an acidic juiciness, I would say. The texture is super soft yet quite granulous and dense, a bone-dry wine. If it wasn't for the generous fruit flavors that coat it, this is quite dry. You can feel the rocky terrain the grapes were grown on, the harshness and the heat of the local climate, really. The minerality of the soil really comes through. I love how the oily texture you get from the wine coats your taste buds with gorgeous cooked apple and berry jam flavors, while by contrast there is this drying feel on the top of your tongue, especially. Note that the generosity from very ripe grapes grown on hot climate with the rocky mineral feel of an austere stony soil as well. So pure expression of this northern Rhone Syrah grape, Crozes-Hermitage. I'm absolutely loving this generous and honest wine for sure. This feels like a Rhone wine you'd find in a Michelin-starred dining restaurant, prepared for the most sophisticated dishes, peppery spices, the delicate saltiness that it's got. A wine for gastronomy, really. This is a wine you can age. It'll probably meant for being cellared for at least another year, and from there you can hold on to it for at least 15 years easily. But if you enjoy the freshness, the vibrant cherries that it's got now, you can have it now, but this will age for a very, very long time. It's so acidic and mineral and balanced and solid as well.